Caribbean ducks in the kitchen. If you smell that pot, you already know.
Peace and blessings, everyone. I hope everyone is doing fine. So recently I made a trip to Guyana and I brought back some of these gems. Wonderful and fresh. And I'm going to cook it up and show you this awesome certified deliciousness right in the kitchen. So thank you for joining me. And please continue watching as I show you this rich and easy recipe to make. Here are the ingredients that I'm using today. I'm using worry pepper, fresh thyme, scallions, green mango, broadleaf thyme, celery, Merriman basil, tomato, hot peppers, tamarind, some bay leaves, sage sticks, and I'm using some a few arrows to make it thick and rich and creamy. So this one is for my Caribbean folks. Most of the ingredients you're gonna know. We have onion, garlic, piece of ginger, my curry mix here with masala and jeera. And first we're gonna do is we're gonna soak our fish roll, fish egg. I believe it's 3 different kinds of fish roll that we use in here. So I'm gonna use a whole lime, I'm gonna juice it, add a little bit of cold water and some salt. Let it soak for about 3 minutes, and then I'm gonna rinse it off thoroughly. So as you begin to wash it off, you're gonna notice that the water is gonna turn white, and that's normal. That's all the rink water that we're trying to get out here. And then I'm gonna rinse it about 3 times until the water starts running clear. Make sure that all that rinky smell comes out, because this is a very pungent kind of delicacy here. So we want to make sure that it's well cleaned. So after we clean it, we're going to let it drain and get some of that excess water off. And first, I'm going to prepare my tamarind, which I got right off the tree in the yard. The tamarind is starting to ripen now, so I'm going to use it in some of my recipes. So for curry, fish curry, you need a little bit of sour. And I got some fresh sage from the yard as well. I'm just going to cut it up, some young sage. So I'm going to cut it up in little sticks. Cut off the ends. And they don't really have much strings, but what I'm going to do is break it and try to peel off as much of the strings as possible, just like so. So I don't want to overpower it with too much stuff. I want to get all the natural flavor from the fish roll, but I want to get all that rinkiness, so I'm going in with some Merriman basil and a couple of leaves from the bay leaf, and that's going to give it nice flavor and get all the rinkness out of it. So I brought some water up to a boil, and now I'm gonna add the fish roll, the fish eggs, just to steam just for a few minutes. So I'm just gonna lay it right in the hot water, and I'm not gonna fully cook this in the water. It's just gonna be steamed for a few minutes just to get out some of the rinkness. So here we go. As soon as I get this up to a rolling boil, I'm gonna cut off the heat, and then I'm gonna strain it. Now I'm gonna prepare my curry paste. I have regular curry powder. You can use any kind of curry powder that you like, with 1 teaspoon of garam masala and a half a teaspoon of jeera, ground toasted jeera. And now for my tomatoes. Gotta have tomatoes, right? So I have other tomatoes to use in the fridge, but I want to use the one right off the vine from the backyard. So I don't want it to waste. The bird's been eating it, but this is the amount of tomatoes that I'm using. And now I'm gonna cut up all my aromatics here. I have a piece of ginger. Yes, guys, if you add gingers to your food, you see how it brings out all the flavors. And Merriman basil, guys. If you know, you know. Merriman basil. is so awesome to add to any dishes, right? So we're gonna cut up everything here very fine. Now we come up to a rolling boil, and you see all the froth and the water turn white. We're gonna strain it off and run some cold water over it just to stop the cooking process, because we don't want that to continue cooking. I don't want it to overcook. So run some cold water over it, strain it off, and then I'm gonna set that to the side. And here it is, guys, nice and clean. It's not even smelling so fresh anymore. Ready to use. So I'm gonna continue cut up my aromatics here and get everything prepared. So this is the way that I strip my thyme to get all the leaves off. I just pinch it between my fingers and pull it off because I don't want to get that woody part into my food. And now I'm gonna cut up my ginger. Just about a little over a thumb-sized piece of ginger, just to flavor this pot and get everything delicious, certified good. So here we go. I'm just gonna mince my ginger. And this is about a tablespoon and a half ginger. And now I'm gonna cut my onion. I'm gonna use a half an onion only. Just cut it up into little dice pieces. And now I'm gonna cut my garlic. And I'm using about 8 cloves of garlic here because I love garlic in food. Garlic just flavor everything so good, right? So I'm just gonna mince my garlic and set it to the side. And now I don't cook like everybody else, right? This is the way I cook. So I'm going in with a little piece of celery. Instead of using any pungent stuff, I'm just using celery. It's a little mild. Instead of using bandana and cilantro, I use celery. And now I'm gonna cut up a half of green mango. And now that I have all my aromatics all chopped up, I'm gonna heat up some oil in a pan or in my kahari. And I have a lot of curry leaves here right in the front of the house growing. So I'm gonna add 1 sprig of curry leaves. And then I'm gonna go in to fry up my curry powder slurry. We wanna make sure that it's well cooked. Get all the rawness out of it. So continue stirring and let it fry properly. And after a few minutes of stirring, so it doesn't burn on the bottom, you should start see the oil bubbling up. And now it's time to go in with all our chopped aromatics. Our thyme, celery, green mango, scallion, basil. Everything goes in at once. And we're gonna allow that to cook and sweat out and get all the flavors going. And now it's time to go in with our wiri pepper. I'm going in with about 6 wiri pepper just for flavor. We don't want to make it too hot. I'm not the pepper mouth in the house. My wife is the pepper mouth. She loves her pepper, but I just like the flavor of the wiri pepper. And now I'm gonna peel my edos. I'm going in with 3 small pieces of edos. And that's to richen up this pot and make it nice and creamy. I don't like runny curry. I like thick curry. I don't like when my curry just fall right through the rice. I like to see my curry all chopped up. I'm gonna give that a rinse and set that to the side. So now my curry's coming along good, and I'm gonna crush the wiri peppers. And guys, the smell that's coming out here out of this kitchen is out of this world, because basil and wiri pepper, onion and thymes, as it's frying up in a curry, gives the most awesome aroma. And now I'm going in with my Saigon sticks, my tamarind. So we're building up the flavors. Edos go in. Gonna allow the curry to coat everything. And frying that curry sauce. Now I'm gonna go in with my tomatoes. So all curry needs a little bit of tomato. So now I've been boiling some hot water, and I'm gonna add about 1.5 cups of hot water into this. and let it cook for a little bit. Give it a good stir. Now I'm gonna go in with 1 tablespoon of my Caribbean green seasoning. Add a little bit of salt to taste. We're gonna go back and check to see if it needs more salt as we cook. Now I'm gonna put the lid on and let it simmer for a little bit more. So now after a few minutes, it's been cooking, and now it's time to richen up this pot a little bit more. I'm gonna go in with a full can of coconut milk to make it even better. And coconut milk is gonna thicken up and richen this pot and take it on a different level, right? So for the wife, I'm just gonna put the whole pepper just to steam and cook in the curry. I'm gonna take it out later. So this is an interesting step that you don't wanna miss. So take a sharp object like your knife or a toothpick and poke all your fish roe before you set it in to cook. Right? This is gonna allow it to absorb all the ingredients and it's not gonna pop inside as you cook. So now that my eddos are being fork tender, it's cooked well, I'm gonna crush a couple of pieces to continue to thicken up. And now it's gonna be the time that I start adding our fish roe, fish eggs in. So here we go. Just layer it in and let the magic happen. Now this is only gonna take just a few minutes to finish up, so I'm taking out the pepper because I don't want that to bust open and pepper up everything too much. So now I'm gonna gently give it a quick shake. We don't want to get in there and stir it up. I'm trying to be gentle here, not to break anything up. And make sure your fish eggs are completely submerged. You even can go ahead and spread the gravy right on top because you want everything to be absorbed into the egg. And this will only be about another 5 minutes before we're done. So I always like my candles in the kitchen when I'm cooking fish or anything pungent. Candle help get all the smells out, right? So here it is, guys. I'm gonna cut off the heat. We're done. Look how thick and rich this is. So I know some of you folks that really love this are drooling right now. Your mouth is watering up at this thick deliciousness here. And now it's time to plate up, guys. So excuse me if I make you drool and your mouth water. But this is some awesome certified deliciousness, authentic Guyanese delicacy. Hope you guys are enjoying this video, and if you want to see more content like this, please go ahead and subscribe, and remember to hit that bell icon so you can see everything that I post right away. And it's free to do so. So I know a lot of you have been watching my videos, but please, I would like to hear from you, and please do remember to subscribe once again, and I'll see you in another video.
Everybody love up, we curry straight out of GT.